Okay, so page 7 of the package. We're now going to learn how to graph it. We've been doing a lot of practice on slope, rise over run. So all these are in the format of y equals mx plus b. Okay. What does m represent again? What does m stand for?
Slope.
Slope, right. And it's the number in front of the x. Your slope is rise over run, so it's only a number. There's no x. It's only the number in front of the x. It's the coefficient. What's b? Yep.
Your y-intercept,
Your
slope meets the y-axis.
Perfect. So your b is the y-intercept, which is the point on the y-axis. Okay. Equation of a line would always follow this format, y equals mx plus b. So in the first equation right here, y equals 3/4 of x plus 1, what's my m? Jason? What's my m?
17.
Where did you get that from? Alright, mash this up. Y equals mx plus b. Y equals 3/4 of x plus 1. Adihi? 3/4. Right. And it's not 3/4 x. It's just the number again. So it's 3/4. That's your m. Alright. And if you match this up, what's my b? Yeah. 1. That's right. Okay. So when we graph this, we're always going to graph our y-intercept first. Again, y-intercept means it's the point on the y-axis. So on the y-axis, where's 1? Right here. I'm going to put a point right there. Okay. How many points do you need to graph a line? How many points do you need to have a line? 2. Right. So I have 1 point already. So that means I just need 1 more point and I can graph my line. Rise over run. We've been doing this a lot in the past 2 days. So rise 3. Rise 3, go up the elevator 3 floors. And then my run is 4. So it's the 4th door on the right, which leads me to my next point.
Wait, it's not 4 and 4.
Yeah. And that's because you're going from your y-intercept. You're not starting from 0. You're starting from there. So that's why it's up 3/4. Okay. And so I have my 2 line, my 2 dots. I can draw my line. Draw it long. Okay. Your line goes on forever. And that's line A. Okay. So good so far? Okay. Let's try one more example. What's my m? What's my b? Say that again? The whole number in front of the x. What is he missing, Armin? Negative. There's a negative sign right here. Yeah, so make sure you see it on the test. So negative 2/3. And then Jelani, what's my y-intercept then? What's b? 6. That's right. Okay. How do I get my first point? Jenny?
Because the y-intercept is 6, so you have to start off with 6
Yeah.
on the y-axis.
So 6 on my y. Let me use a different color. Oh, I wish I had a red pen. It's okay. Here. Okay, so 6 right there. That's my y-intercept. I have my first point on my y-axis. Alright. And then my slope is negative 2/3. So what should I do from this point? Adam?
Move down 2 times.
Move down 2 because it's negative 2. And then?
Move left 3 times.
Left?
Right.
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 1, 2, 3. And then there's my second point. And so I can draw my line. Okay? If the points are too close, just do your slope again so that it's more accurate. Okay. There you go. There's my second line. B. Okay. I went down 2 because it was -2. So I went down the elevator 2 floors. Okay. What about C right here? What's my M and what's my B? Okay, people who haven't said much. Alright, so Nicholas, what's my M? Okay, y equals mx plus b, so the number in front of the x. 2, yeah. And Leandro, what's my y-intercept? What's b? Not just 7, -7. So again, if it's, you have to take the sign in front. Okay. Keijin, where's my first point? I have my M, I have my B. What do I plot first? Jelani? Right, sorry. Alright, so the -7, yes. Okay, so remember your y-intercept gives you 1 point already. So -7 down here. Okay, -7, that's 1 point. From this point, what am I gonna do? Up 2 and over 1. Excellent. See, you guys did. That's why you guys. It's so important to do homework yesterday. All right, up 2 over 1. 2 is the same as 2 over 1, so it's not just up 2. Don't forget to go over 1 as well. So if you keep going, you would get to your next point. Okay, and that is line C. Okay, how are we doing so far? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to graph D, E, F, and G. Okay, give it a try. Should take you 3 minutes, really, but I'll give you guys 5. Okay, and I'm gonna start the timer. Okay, take 5 minutes, try this now. Okay, so for D, I got -3 and 5, so I'm gonna plot the 5 first on the y-axis, and then I'm gonna go down 3 and over 1 because it's -3 for the slope. When I went around, I saw that a lot of you guys made points as you were going up and down. These little notes, like these little loops right here, these are just mental notes. Okay, so it's not actually a point. So when you go up and down, left and right, you're kind of just like holding your pencil in midair and then moving it until you get to the final spot. Right? And then the other mistake that I saw when I went around is because -3 is the slope, a lot of you guys were looking at like here or here where it says -3. Remember, you're doing your slope from your y-intercept, so from the first point, from the point that you plot. Okay. Otherwise, all of your points are just going to be like right here in this space. All right. E was a tricky one. All right. I need to call somebody for you. Are you going in and then coming back in 2 minutes? Okay. All right. This one was a tricky one. Your y-intercept is 0 because I could write it as y equals 4 over 5x plus 0. Okay. So it means my first point right here, 0, 0. And then from there, rise over run. So up 4 over 5. There's my second point, and there's my line. Okay. So same thing with the other ones. So your graph should look something like this. Okay. On the test, obviously, I'm not going to put 8 graphs on one grid. All right, maybe 2 or 3 max. Okay. How? Okay. What do you notice about line C and line G? Okay. If you were to describe these two lines graphically, what can you say about line C and line G? How would you describe it graphically? Yep.
The lines are parallel to each other.
Parallel. Excellent. Right. They're parallel to each other. Do parallel lines ever meet?
No.
No. Right. All right. If I take a look at the equation for line C and line G, what do you notice? What's similar? Okay, take a look. Leandro, take a look at these two equations for line C and line G. What do you notice similar about these two equations?
2x and the number.
Okay, so both of them have a slope of? Slope is just a number. 2, right. Notice your slope for these two are both 2. Alright. In about 15 minutes, we're going to do an activity together. You guys are going to work in partners. These are some of the things that you guys are going to figure out, okay, in your groups. Okay. So when two lines have the same slope, graphically, it should be two parallel lines. Okay, so let's move on to graphing inequalities. So now that we know how to graph lines, this is just one more step. Okay, how to graph inequalities. Okay, we did inequalities earlier, but we did it on a number line. So now that you guys are grade 9, we are going to do it on a grid. But it's actually not any harder. Okay, it's same idea. So y is greater or equal to negative 3x plus 4. So first off, what's my m? What's my b? What's my m here and what's my b? As if it was an equal sign. Negative 3, yep. And my b? 4. Okay. So we just did a whole bunch of examples right here. So we know how to graph it. We plot the point on the 4, and then from that point we're going to go down 3 over 1. And we get this point. Because it's and then we draw our line. Right? This is greater than or equal to. And when it's equal to, we draw a solid line. So a continuous line. Y is greater. Since y is greater than, we shade in the right side of the line. Alright. So above the line. Okay. Just like when we did number line. When it's greater, we point the arrow to the right, and then when it's less than, we point the arrow to the left. So same idea right here. It's to the left or above. Anything above the line. Okay, or above.
You cut
Oh,
off.
okay. Alright, so let's try this one. What's my M? What's my B? Badar?
3 over 5. And b is negative 5.
Perfect. So what do I plot first?
Negative 5.
Good. On my
When
Y.
y is over 1, you go up by 3 and then go to the right by 5.
Awesome. See how fast it is once you guys get the hang of it? Graphing a line should take you 30 seconds. Alright. Oh, sorry. I drew it too fast. Okay, I see the equal to symbol, so it's a solid line. And should I shade in the top part or the bottom part? Bottom, because it's less than. Y is less than, so I shade in the bottom part. Yeah.
If you don't shade in, you're going to lose marks, right?
Yes, because it's an inequality. So the difference between these questions, equal sign, is just a line. But when it's an inequality, you have to shade it. If you don't shade it, it means it's wrong. Okay. What about this one? What's my M? What's my B? Armin?
-1.
Good. And my B?
-5.
Perfect. Alright. Jelani, what am I plotting first? -5. Wow, you guys are so good at this now. Alright, this is the tricky one. Negative x means your slope is -1, not negative x. It's only a number, so -1. Okay, from this point, what am I doing? My slope is -1. Down 1 and to the right. Good. Alright. If I need to, do a couple more points so that it's more obvious, more accurate. Oops. Yeah. Okay. But here, okay, what type of line should I draw? Alright, if you take a look at the equation, it's y is greater only, not greater or equal to. So I can't draw the, I should not draw the, oh wait, I made it. Oh, my points. Okay, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Alright. I should not draw a continuous line because it's only greater. So instead, I'm going to draw a dotted line. Alright, draw a dotted line across the points. Okay, should I shade in the top part or bottom part? Who says top? Who says bottom?
Bottom.
Who says top?
What is that greater?
If you read this, y is
No, it'd be top.
greater, so it's top. Alright, if it's greater, it's the top. Okay. Okay, last example. What's m? What's b in this case? Y is greater than -4. Yep.
M is Y.
Sorry?
M is Y.
No, it's the. Oh, okay, close. The other way. M is 0, and b is -4. I can rewrite this as 0x minus 4. Alright, I could rewrite this as like that. Alright, notice there's no x. It means it's 0x. Alright, so I still plot the -4. M equals 0. We learned this on Tuesday. M equals 0. Michelle, what type of line is M equals 0? Yeah. Oh, this way. Horizontal. M equals 0 gives you a horizontal line. Alright, should I do a solid line or dotted line?
Dotted.
Dotted, because it's only greater than. So dotted line, dotted horizontal line. And am I shading above or below? Those who say above.
Above.
Those who say below. Good job. Above, because it's greater. So anything greater. Okay. Take 2 minutes. Try these two. Take 2 minutes. Try these two. Okay, so I got this for number 5 and 6. Okay. Why is it a dotted line?
Line under the equal sign.
Right, this is only greater than, no equal to. Alright, how many of you made a mistake and drew a solid line? Alright, I didn't expect you guys to put up your hand, but I think I saw a couple of solid lines. Okay, so be careful. Okay, since it's y is greater than, that means you shade above the line. Okay, this one, solid line, because it's greater or equal to, and since it's y is greater than, again I shade above. Okay, some of you were asking, can I go off the chart? Remember, if you can't go up and to the right, you can also go down and to the left. Okay. Key thing is you know the direction. So if it's positive slope, you know it goes this way. If it's a negative slope, you know the line goes this way. Okay, so you always know the direction of the line. Okay, how many of you got both correct? Good job. I'm proud. Okay, so I want you guys to work with a partner and do page 8 and 9. Okay, so up to number 27. Number 1 to 27. Okay, these ones are for you guys to see the characteristics. I want you guys to work with partners so that you guys figure it out together. I am going to come around to check your progress in 10 minutes. I want to see if you guys are on task. Okay? So, and then towards the end of class, we can tick this up.